So welcome to class, and we're going to get started shortly, but today we are going to do some classic yoga postures, but we're going to add a belt and focus on these shoulders because a lot of the modern way of being is to be sort of hunched forward like this, and lots of tension tends to sit in the shoulders. So we're going to use an excellent yoga prop, which is a belt. Either a yoga belt, or in fact you can have like a bathrobe belt. If you don't have a yoga belt, you can use that to really take your awareness into the shoulders. So that is going to be our focus. Right, so let us start by settling down. So just settling down then onto the mat. Just finding that comfortable sitting posture. So that can be cross-legged on the mat, if that's okay for you, or sitting astride some blocks or a bolster. But just either way, let's just bring our attention now to the moment, to your presence here, and to the practice that is to come. Feeling the contact with the mat through your seat or through the front of your shins, tops of your feet. Before we do anything else, let's just relax our mind and get rid of all the things that are distracting us. So if it helps, let's imagine that cupboard, the imaginary cupboard that takes everything. So just put all of the morning stuff in there, and whatever you think is going to be happening later on, all the distractions, we're going to put it in the cupboard, close the doors, and then just relax. So just take some deep breaths in and out of that vacated headspace now. Turning down the volume of all that mind chatter. Good, and now that our mind is fully on board and available, we're going to take our awareness into the body and do our body scan. Taking your attention to your feet, relaxing the feet completely. And then moving up the legs then through the shins, calves, the knees and the thighs. And just relax the legs completely. Just let the yoga support or the floor take the weight now. And then we're going to tilt the pelvis a little forward, very subtle movement. We get that lift in the chest. Shoulders broaden and drop as we lengthen up towards the ceiling. So it's as if we're being drawn upwards. We're grounding down just a little through the sit bones here, not causing any tension. Just let the arms be heavy by your sides, the hands on your thighs, palms facing down. Your head is nice and centered between the shoulders. And your face is holding no expression. Just relaxing the forehead, the area around the eyes, and the jaw. Just to make sure that we are fully relaxed, just in your mind's eye, go ahead and do that body scan again. Start at the feet, work your way up. Just letting go of any tension you encounter along the way. Now that the body is fully relaxed, we can take our attention to the breath. And the breath is coming nice and easy in and out of the nose. So without changing that natural rhythm or depth, continue with the breathing, but we're going to take our mind on the journey as the breath comes in through the nostrils, travels down into the lungs where it does a turn and comes back out. For the next few minutes, just enjoying this conscious breathing practice and tuning in to the gentle rise and fall of your chest. And then just allowing that practice now to finish on your next exhale. And we'll go from here straight into the warm-up. So we're going to take a breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to drop the chin down towards the chest. We're then going to inhale, take it away slightly. And then exhale, drawing the chin towards the chest. And then inhale once more, take the chin away slightly. And then exhaling, really stretching the back of the neck. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to roll the head up towards the right shoulder, just rotating your head and aligning it with the wall behind you, dangling the ear over the shoulder to stretch out the left side of the neck. And then as you exhale, you're going to roll the head back down to the chest. Inhale, coming up on the left. Again, just letting that left ear dangle over the shoulder, stretch out the right side of the neck. And then exhaling, rolling back down to center. Inhaling, coming up on the right. So just working with your head rolls then, and using the breath, really stretch out any tension that you're holding here. Just keeping the spine nice and long, and the shoulders are level and still. Maybe one or two more. And the next time, chin comes down to center, we're going to pause that practice, and on an inhale, lifting the head to between the shoulders and continue with shoulder rolls. So we're going to send the shoulders back, roll them up towards the ears and forward. Circle them back, up and forward. Add the breath as we inhale, take them back. Exhale as they come forward. Just checking in then with the shoulders. We're going to be focusing here, of course. See what's going on. And the next time the shoulders come to center, circle the other way. Reversing, we go forward, up and back. Keep using the breath. Inhaling as they go back, exhaling as they come forward. Good. And the next time they come down to center, we're going to pause that practice and work with the seated spinal twist. So we're going to take our right hand to the left knee. Left hand rests behind you, or the palm is up against the yoga support. Inhaling nice and long, and then exhale, rotating. You're rotating on the spinal axis. Look back as far as is comfortable. And then letting that go, calming the other way. So left hand to the right knee, the right hand rests behind you. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, turning. Calming back to center, one more each side. So right hand to left knee, the left hand's behind you. Inhale, nice and long, and then exhale, turn. Just anchor down those hands to help with the rotation. Draw the shoulders down. And then last time to the right. Left hand to the right knee, the right hand's behind you. Inhale, and then exhale, turn. Good. And then calming back to center. Right, just a couple of more warm-ups. So we're going to come down onto our spine. I'm just going to bring one knee to the chest and then the other. You can have your arms by your side, or just the hands resting on the front of the knees. Just take a few moments to just relax. Just let the spine completely unwind here. Nice and heavy. Take some deep breaths in and out of the nose. Good, and then we're going to work with the hip roll. So you can leave your arms on the mat or place your hands in front of the knees. Then inhale, circle the knees out, down and away, and then exhaling, bringing them back to the chest. Inhale, circle out, down and away. Exhale, bringing them back to the chest. Just warming up the hips a little. Good, and then the next time the knees come to center, just slide your hands to the inside of the knees, take a breath in. As you exhale, just let the knees drop out to the side. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. Just take a nice relaxed inside thigh stretch. Good. Inhale, bringing them back to center. A couple more hip rolls. And then we're going to keep the knees together for the last warm-up. So choose which direction you want to go in and then circle both knees in that direction, drawing circles on the mat with the lower spine to just ease out any tension that you may be holding there. And the next time the knees come to center, go the opposite way to the way you started. Just doing a few more circles on the mat. Good. And the next time the knees come to center, we're going to pause that practice. Inhale, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, roll over onto one side. And we're going to come up into standing. So the sequence today starts with mountain pose. So we're going to get ourselves nice and aligned. Starts with bringing the feet underneath the hip joints here, halfway to the groin. And then just grip the mat with your toes. So give your toes a little squeeze here. And even shift your weight from left to right. Really get a sense of grounding, sense of stability here. Good, and then bring yourself back to center. And then just tilt slightly back so that your thighs grip, the knees rise, and then come forward. Let the kneecaps drop, and that's where we're nicely balanced over our ankles. Knees and the hips are nicely stacked. Good. So we're going to turn those palms out, 45 degrees or so. And just start to feel into mountain pose. If you want to, you can close your eyes here. Just get into this beautiful standing posture. Keep moving your awareness around the body to just let go. Maybe you're holding in your tummy, maybe you're a bit tight in the chest, so just let go. Let those shoulders drop down. Nice, easy breaths in and out of the nose. Good, and then we're going to let that go. So now just relax your arms. So have your arms by your side. And we're just going to do some shrugs, literally, just shrugs. So we're going to inhale, we're going to lift the shoulders up towards the ears, and then exhale, drop. Inhale, lift them up, and then drop, exhale. Proper drop. So inhale, and then exhale, drop down. Do a few more of these. And feel what a massive distance there is actually between your ears here and your shoulders fully down. So we're just going to do this just to get an awareness of where our shoulders are at relative to the ears. Good, one more. and then relax. Good. So now we're going to take our arms forward and out to the side in a cross so that your arms are in line with your side seams here. Okay, palms facing forward. And we're going to do some shrugs here. So inhale, lift up the shoulders. Exhale, drop them down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop them down. Few more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Lift and drop. Now we're going to do that really slowly. We're going to inhale up and exhale very slowly. So inhale, draw the shoulders up. And now as you exhale, very slowly draw the shoulders down. And it's as if you're scooping this shoulder blade into your armpit. So you get like a sort of a feeling that the shoulder blades are coming down and away like that together. So let's do that again. Inhale, lift up the shoulders. And then exhale, down, down, down. Engage the shoulder blades, scoop them to the armpits. Good. Now from here, we're going to take the cactus arms. The cactus arms are basically now just bending at the elbow, 90 degrees, palms facing forward. Sometimes in class, I see kind of this, you know, where the elbows drop down. It's here. Horizontal, bend the elbows 90 degrees. And rotate the elbows. So point your elbows towards me. Now, that's it. And feel how that immediately, again, engages these muscles here. If you just point the elbows towards me, get a really good awareness. You see here by drawing the shoulder blades into the armpit, you get that distance here of the shoulders being away from the ears. Good. Let's just keep working that. Maybe one more breath. I know your arms are getting tired. Right, take a breath in. And as you exhale, let those arms come down. Okay. Now we're going to add the belt. So while you get your belts, I'm just going to show you what we're going to do. Because I've said this verbally before about bubble arms in our mountain pose, but we are going to add the belt so that we get a real sense of what we're talking about. So you're going to stand like this in your mountain. You're going to have your belt loose in your hand. And then we're going to inhale. We're going to lift the arms up. And then we're going to take that belt as far out as it needs to be for your arms to be in line with your side seam. So that could literally be as wide as this, okay? Or it can be here, whichever way, all right? So taking the belt then in your hand, nice and straight and relaxed in your mountain pose. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up, keep lifting, keep lifting. And then if your shoulders start to come up towards your ears, if the shoulders start to strain, then take it wider. Take the belt wider so that the shoulders can be comfortable and we're engaging these muscles here at the back, okay? Good. So we're going to work here. Few breaths here. So there's tension in the belt. So make as if you want to draw the hands in opposite direction to keep those muscles engaged. You feel this being a bit of a workout in the arms as well. Good. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, you're going to drop your arms, the belt down. Lovely. We're now going to work with the belt in forward folds. Again, I'm just going to show you what we're going to do. You're going to take your belt behind you, palms facing me. So you're going to hold the belt with the palms facing the front. In your mountain pose then, you're going to take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to come forward, slight bend in the knees, and then we're going to start to lift those arms up, rolling the shoulders open, and then sending the knuckles up towards the ceiling, okay? So that's what we're going to do here. So from your mountain pose, have a little tension in that belt, remember. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, start to hinge in the hips, slight bend in the knees, shift the weight to the balls of the feet. As you come all the way down, open up those shoulders, and then send the knuckles up towards the ceiling. Keeping the tension in the belt, and feel into the shoulders here. Good, so it's not a yanking. That's right, good. So find where you need to be. We're stretching the muscles here. Take a few more breaths here. So with the tension in the belt, you can feel now the engagement of the shoulder blade. And of course, we're multitasking here because we're getting a little hamstring stretch in our forward fold at the same time. So let your head hang really heavy. Good. And then we're going to get ready to come out. So on an inhale, you're going to bend your knees, ground down strongly through the feet. Come up now with a straight spine. Lower those arms. Good. And then we're going to let go of the belt. Lovely. So it can make a little noise like, whoa, because that's quite strong here in the shoulders, isn't it? But that's where we want it to be. So we're just going to take a break from the belt. We're going to work into extended side stretch now. So you're going to face the long side of your mat. You're going to take your feet a leg length apart. You're going to align your heels. You're going to turn that right foot out. Bring your hips back to facing the long side of the mat. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to bend that right knee. So look down and make sure that the knee is above the ankle. So you can scoot that foot backwards and forwards to make sure that you've got this there. Now, place your forearm just behind the kneecap, palm facing up. And before we do anything else, feel how you can nudge that knee behind you by pressing the forearm into that thigh. So this is active here. Shoulders away from the ear, nice and active. But pushing into the thigh gives you that rotational lift as well, which is what we're going to do next. So now you can leave your hand on your hip here, or if it wants to, your arm can go up towards the ceiling or come all the way over in the diagonal. So this is a reach here. So whether it's up here or the diagonal, you're pushing into that foot in the mat to give you the reach, and at the same time, you're grounding that forearm into the thigh, sending the knee back, opening up the hips. There's a lot going on here, but we're active. So the hand is active. It's not just kind of hanging there. Active arms. Your gaze can be forward here. Make sure your head is in line with the spine, or you can look up to the ceiling, sort of underneath your arm here. Good. And then on an inhale, we're going to come back up. So straighten that leg, lower the arm, and we're going to work the other side. So now you're going to turn that right foot to the long side of the mat and swivel your left foot to face the top of the mat. Just check your heel to heel. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bend that left knee. So the left knee is above the ankle. And then we're going to lower our left forearm to be just behind that left kneecap. And again, let's get that arm active. and nudging that left knee to the back. That nudge can also now help with the rotation as we stack the shoulders and place our right arm where it wants to be. So that can either be here on the hip, or it can be up towards the ceiling, or all the way over in the diagonal. But just be aware now that you're drawing those shoulder blades in and down, just like we did when we were working earlier. So this left shoulder is away from the ear. Just watch the head alignment here. Make sure your head's not dropping down. Reach, reach. Big stretch. That's why it's called extended side stretch. Lovely. And then on an inhale, calming up, straighten the leg, lower the arms, and zigzagging back to center. Okie dokie. We are going to use the belt once more, and I'll show you what we're going to do here. We're going to take the feet wide this time. The belt's going to be behind us. And again, we're going to make sure that the palms are facing forward. And this time, we're going to come to between the legs and then lifting the arms up that way. Okay, so taking your feet wide. And then just make sure you turn the feet in a little for balance. And then straighten up. Grab hold of the belt now, get that tension in the belt. Roll the shoulders back, but without arching your spine. Take a breath in, and as you exhale now, hinge at the hips. Slight bend in the knees. The weight goes into the balls of the feet. And then as you come lower, start lifting the arms up. Roll the shoulders back, and then send the knuckles up towards the ceiling. Let your head be heavy. And take some breaths here. Again, strong in the shoulders. We're not yanking in the joints, remember. We are stretching out the muscles in the shoulder joint. Good. Couple of more breaths here. Keep the awareness everywhere as you stretch out your hamstrings and the shoulders. Good. And then on an inhale, we're going to come back up. So strong through the feet, nice straight spine, lower the arms. Good. And then we're going to let go of the belt. Okay. So just a couple of more things then here with the belt. We're actually going to use the belt for Warrior One. So last week we did Warrior One and high lunge. This week we're going to do the high lunge version, but we're going to use the belt. So I'm just going to show you. We're going to get into our high lunge, nice and aligned, and then we're going to take the belt between the hands and we're going to bring them up. And again, as I said, you can take the arms as wide as you want to make sure that we have the arms in line with the side seams. Okay, so getting to the top of your mat. And you're going to shift the weight into your right foot, take a breath in, and as you exhale, send that left foot back. So really important to get yourself nice and stable here. So moving the feet as wide apart as you need to. Bend your knees so that it's above the ankle. Toes pointing forward, the heel is off the mat. So when you're feeling nice and stable, make sure you bring yourself back to center if you're leaning forward slightly. Take the belt, and then on an inhale, we're going to lift the belt up and take it as wide as we need to be in line with the side seams. So again, we've got that tension in the belt. The hands trying to come apart, but of course there's tension. And take a few breaths here. So just check to see whether the shoulders have crept up towards the ears, and if they have, you're going to draw them down as if you're dropping your shoulders. Good. One more breath here, maybe two. Strong through the feet. Take a breath in now as you exhale, lower the arms and come forward. So let's do that on the other side. Shifting the weight into the left foot, take a breath in. As you exhale, send the right foot back. Get yourself nice and centered. Bend the left knee, make sure it's above the ankle. Bring your mountain torso to the middle, feeling nice and stable here. And then on an inhale, lifting the arms up. Taking them as wide as you need to get the tension in the belt and be in line with your side seams. Making sure we haven't got the shoulders creeping up towards the ears. Good. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to lower the arms and bring the right foot forward. Perfect. We're going to put the belt down. And we're just going to finish our standing sequence with a classic yoga posture, which is Warrior Two, which again is all about the shoulders. So you're going to face alongside of your mat again. Take your feet a leg length apart. But you're going to align your right heel with the arch of your left foot. Yeah, so just draw a line with your eye there. Make sure that we've got arch to heel. Turn the hips to the long side of the mat. Take a breath in, take your arms out wide, and as you exhale, bend the right knee. So again, look down, make sure we can see at least 2 toes. If you're leaning forward here now, bring yourself back to center. And just to make sure that those shoulders haven't crept up, we're going to turn our palms up. So just feel how that kind of scoop those shoulder blades down. And then turn your palms back to the mat. Send your gaze now past your right hand. So we're strong in the arms here. Send energy through the fingers. Grounding down through both feet. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to lower the arms, straighten the right leg. So let's swivel the feet around to do the other side. So your right foot points now to the long side of the mat, and then we're going to turn that left foot, scoot it up so that you've got your heel aligned to the arch. Turn to face the long side of the mat. Inhale, arms out, and then exhale, bend that left foot. So look down, scoot that foot forward if you need to. Make sure we've got the knee above the ankle. And I can see here that I've come forward slightly now with my torso, so I'm going to bring myself back to center. Good. And just in case the shoulders have come up slightly, we're going to roll the palms up. And then the palms can turn back towards the floor. Gaze past the left hand. Good. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to lower those arms, straighten the leg, bring them back to center. Lovely. Okay, so that was a lot of hard work going on there. So we're going to come down onto the mat and find our child's pose. So if you like working with a blanket to support your knees, Then take that across the mat. Take your knees out wide, toes together. And then arms can be forward or by your side, placing the forehead onto the mat. If you need some support for your head, if you have a block, you can always have the block underneath the forehead or resting on the floor. So nice, deep, relaxing breaths in and out of the chest here. Lovely. And then on an inhale now, we're going to come out of child's pose. You're going to bring the knees back to center. Tuck the toes under. Reach forward with your arms. We're going to work with puppy pose. Arms facing down. Lower the hips halfway to the buttocks. Align your ears with your upper arms. And just take a nice spine lengthening stretch here. So remember, this is not a back bend. This is a spine lengthener. So a nice diagonal line from the tips of your fingers to the tailbone. If you want to send the tailbone away from your hands. So this is where we stretch those muscles that we activate to keep the shoulders down in the other postures. Lovely. And then on an inhale, you're going to bring yourself forward. So come onto your forearms, and then you're going to lower your hips onto the blanket, if you are using a blanket, and we're going to work with locust. So we're going to do alternate torso and leg lifts, and then we're going to do the whole torso using the belt. So we're going to have the belt to hand. But we're going to start with lying face down onto our mat. The palms are facing down onto the mat. And then on an inhale now, lift up the torso only. Keep your head in line with the spine, remember. So just be aware of sticking out your chin. So bring it back in line. And then exhale, lower your forehead to the mat. Inhale, lift up the legs only. Keep the feet hip-width apart. And then exhale, lower the feet. Inhale, lift up the torso. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up the feet, legs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, torso up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up the feet. Exhale, lower. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, lift up the torso. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up the feet. And then exhale, lower. Okay, so now you're going to take your belt behind you. Palms facing down so that you've got your shoulders nicely rolled open. And then we're going to do the full posture twice. So on an inhale, then lifting up the torso and the feet. Tension in the belt. Grounding down strongly now through the pubic bone. Keep the head in line. the spine. And then exhale, lower. So just take a breath or two before we do that again. So on an inhale then, strong through the pubic bone again, lift up the torso. Send the arms back, the shoulders are open. Tension in the belt. Good. Inhale and then lower everything down. Exhale. So get rid of the belt. Put it to one side. Relax your body and turn your head to the right. So place the left side of your face down on the mat. You can turn your hands now so that the back of the hand is resting on the mat. And then just relax. Take a few breaths here, stretching out your neck. And then on an inhale, lift up your head. And as you exhale, you're going to turn your head and place the right side onto the mat of your face. And then on an inhale, bring the head back to center. Come up onto your forearms now. So making sure that your elbows are underneath your shoulders. So you've got a nice right angle here in the elbow, palms facing down. So let's just take a little back bend here in the lovely Sphinx pose. But just feel how strong you need to be in the arms to keep those shoulders away from the ears. So again, we're activating the muscles here, your shoulder blades. So be nice and strong through the arms. So you're grounding down through the whole arm. So elbow, forearm, and palms. And let the chest come through. And just again, watch the head alignment here so that we're not sticking out the chin or having the head drop. Good. A couple more breaths here. And then we're going to take a breath in. As we exhale, we're going to come down onto the mat. We're going to roll over. We're going to roll over onto our back. So just move the blanket, if you've got a blanket there. And we're going to have a little play with bridge pose, but we're going to use the belt. So I'm just going to show you. So you're going to get into your posture, first of all, aligning your heels underneath your knees, remember, and keeping the knees hip width apart. We're then going to take the belt, palms facing down, arms nice and straight, and then we're going to come up into bridge pose, but we're going to have the tension here between the hands, which means that we're going to get a really nice, strong shoulder opening across there. Okay, so let's just do that together. So bring your feet underneath your knees. So ankle is underneath the bent knee. And just keep those knees hip width apart. Take the belt, palms facing down, straighten your arms, and then Peel the pelvis off the mat as you inhale now. So grounding down through the feet. Get the tension in the belt. And feel how you're bringing your chest towards your chin here. So it's this way. It's the chest towards the chin. But the tension in the belt means that you've got an absolute solid anchor right down the back of your arm. So just feel how you're grounding down through the entire length of your arm here, drawing the chest towards your chin. So you're coming up on the back of your shoulders. Pressure through the feet to give you the lift. So keep breathing. Just make sure there's a little space in the back of your neck here so that you're not jamming the back of your head, your neck into the mat. Keep the tension in the belt, strong through the arms. A couple more breaths here. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, just lower. So very slowly, vertebra by vertebra, lowering down, and then just let that go. Good. So release the belt, put the belt to one side, and we're just going to finish off with some lovely window wipes. So take your arms out wide, palms up toward the ceiling. Move your feet so that they are aligned with the outer edge of your mat. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, draw your knees, let them drop to the right. So just encourage that left knee to the mat, taking a stretch here in the thigh, up the left side seam and across this left shoulder here. Take a breath in, and then exhaling, rolling over onto the edges of your feet. You keep your feet where they are. And stretch up the right side. So just draw that knee towards the mat. Inhale back to center. You can add the head roll if that feels okay. So knees to the right, head to the left. Find your own flowing rhythm here from side to side. Good. So next time your knees come to center, we are going to pause our practice and we are done with our sequence. So from here, you are going to come into your relaxation, finding your Shavasana here as you lie flat on the mat. If you have a bolster, place it underneath your knees. With your arms slightly out to the side, palms facing up. And remember to get nice and comfortable here. Put on some layers if you need to. And then once you've made your final adjustments, just letting yourself get nice and heavy. Let your body sink into the mat. Maybe do a quick body scan from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. Just make sure you're completely relaxed. And then let the breath come nice and easy in and out of the nose in its natural rhythm. And finally, we're going to disengage with any thoughts, any sounds. We're going to take our awareness within and hover in that place between fully awake and asleep. You'll hear the bell when we're ready to come out. Just bring yourself back into the room, back into the body now. Making some gentle movements to the hands, to the feet. And if you want to, taking your arms up over your head and taking a nice long stretch down the length of the body. And then bringing one knee to the chest and then the other. If it feels all right, hugging the knees, taking a gentle rock from side to side. And then rolling over onto your right side and just pausing there and taking some deep breaths into the back of the chest. And then pushing the upper arm into the mat and gently rolling yourself up into comfortable sitting. And taking your hands to the heart center and thanking the body for all the hard work in class and for always supporting us in our daily lives. And then hands to the forehead for kind and loving thoughts. Hands to the mouth for kind and loving words. And then back to the heart center for always staying open in love. And we can say namaste. Thank you. Good. And I hope you enjoy that shoulder opening sequence.